Welcome back to Building Business Bridges, as my co-host prefers to call it, B3 of Flagler. I'm Shara. I have a downsizing and organizing business called Sift and Sort, where I sift and sort through your life. Diane?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back.
Welcome. It's great to be back in the studio with you, of course. I'm Diane Campbell, owner of Boney Booties Beach Rentals, Flagler Electric Bike Rental, and treetrends.com.
Where you're big on smalls.
We're big on smalls. Yeah, we do a lot of little small things, not
yes, lots
big
of little
furniture.
small things.
But in the house today is Renee Marie from Pretty Packers.
Yay!
Welcome to the podcast today, Renee.
Thank you for having me.
Overview. Give us a little bit about you and what you do.
Alrighty. So I founded Pretty Packers in 2003. I'm a professional packer, unpacking, certified senior relocation specialist. I actually have a certification in this. And I am a local and long distance moving matchmaker and coordinator.
Wow.
Love that.
So
Yeah.
you would have some great synergy with Shara.
Yes.
She sorts it all out. You pack it up and
Yes.
get it out of town.
That's perfect because I don't have that kind of patience.
I don't know if she has it either.
No, she does.
I do. I say it's a curse and a blessing.
Yeah, I'm more of the, all right, let's get the house packed up for my movers. It's fun. It's invigorating. I love the outcome of how it looks after. My movers love it because they come in and just scoop it up and load it. And
Rather than asking for each item, do you really want me to pack this? Because that's where I would come in.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't
just
want
pack and
to.
go.
So you're just packing it. If it's
We're
there,
packing
getting
it.
packed.
So yeah, if it doesn't have red painter's tape on it,
Oh, wow.
it's going in a box.
It's out of here.
Right. That's it.
Outta here.
That's it.
So can you rewind and tell
Sure.
us, kind of where you come from, how long you've been in Palm Coast, and what got you into all this packing?
So I'm originally from Long Island, and I was a corporate girl working for Fidelity National Title for about 10, 15 years in Manhattan. And during, I guess it was like 2005, a buddy of mine from Texas called me, and I was having a pina colada on the beaches of Fire Island. You know Fire Island?
No.
Okay. So it's like an island that's perpendicular to Long Island, where we would take the ferry, and that's where we would all go to party for the weekend, right?
Okay.
So anyway, his name was Paul from Texas, and he called me. He's like, I want to open up a moving company, and I want you to run it. And I was like, well, I am half Jewish. We hire people.
Yeah.
I was like,
True.
yeah. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know nothing about moving. He's like, well, I want you to be the brain. I'll be the brawn. He's like, the real estate sector is really starting to change. This was right before the big burst, the big collapse.
Of 2008,
2007 it started.
Yeah.
So I think he came up to me in the end of 2005, 2006. And I said, well, I'm going to have a sit down with my parents to see how they feel, what they say about this. So I did. My parents lived in Hilton Head Island at the time. So I met them at my stepsister's condo in Virginia to have like a little family weekend getaway. So I had to sit down with my family and I said, I'm thinking about leaving corporate America and start my own moving company. And within a split second, my stepfather, all he said was, without risk, there's no reward. So that's all I need.
Wow.
I love
Yeah.
that.
That is the opposite reaction that we sometimes get from
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
That's a stupid idea.
Right. Right. And which really prompted me to really go full-fledged and do it.
So it's so important to have that kind of encouragement
Yeah.
from family members or those that you love, friend or family. And what happened next with Mr. Texas Man?
Mr. Texas Man. So we named we opened up the LLC, and it was Lone Star Moving. And it was a huge success in the tri-state area. I
Really?
quit corporate America.
Tri-state of New York, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Connecticut?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I started out with one little van. Our first moving job was a 5-story walk-up in Brooklyn.
Wow.
And with 2 guys where we put like the mattress and the couch on the top.
Anywhere it'll go.
Oh, Lord. So, and then I got my first 16-foot box truck within 3 months. And then the next thing you know, I had a fleet of 7 26-foot trucks and about 17 or 18 guys that were my movers.
Amazing.
And I ran everything from the office, sales, logistics, legal matters, claims, payroll, marketing.
What was your biggest challenge in that infancy of growing your company?
Working with men,
Fair.
movers. Yeah.
What about it specifically?
It was like running a daycare.
Okay.
It was hard. It was a lot of work. It really was.
Was it hard to earn their respect as a woman?
Yes.
Running a daycare, were they acting like children?
Yes.
Or just
It was very catty. It was very, I felt like I had to be human resources for a bunch of grown men. That it was really challenging for me to get the respect that I deserved for starting a company.
so you're working almost twice as hard
Uh,
as the rest of your team.
Well, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, they did a lot of the labor part, which I had to do a few times if if a couple people called in sick, and I definitely had a lot more of a renewed respect for the moving industry.
Right.
Because if you're just in the office and you're not out there in the trenches, you don't know.
Exactly.
So,
But the liability ultimately was on you. Rather, they
Correct.
were just doing like you said, the grunt work.
yeah. So, I mean, I had my weekly trainings to do things right. I mean, I've learned everything there is to know about moving, like either organically, really, like
Mhm.
just through experience. Yeah.
So you moved your business here, or you?
No.
Okay.
When my mom and my stepfather passed away together, my mom passed away in her sleep, and my stepfather committed suicide 20 minutes later.
Oh my
It
goodness.
kind of rocked my world.
Oh, and what year was this?
This was in 2017, the day before
Oh
Thanksgiving.
my God.
So I definitely needed to figure out life again.
How long were you living in Palm Coast?
I live in Ormond.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
live in Palm
yes.
Coast. So I moved here in 2019. So
Okay.
after my parents died together, I kind of closed my moving company, and I found my old timers, the great guys that stayed by my side and helped me build the business. I found them jobs with other moving companies that I had good relationships with. I still have great relationships with them now in New York. And I moved down here in 2019, and I just took a good year sabbatical from life. And I just was like a hostess in a nightclub, dinner restaurant, like a dinner club kind of place, just to take my mind off of things, because it was definitely quite challenging for me.
Mhm.
We had Amanda Redwine in here. She's a counselor. And we were talking about business stress. That is definitely up there with one of the
Yeah.
stressors that people take. They have this in life, but how does that translate into your business? You just described, excuse me, backing away from all of that stuff to give yourself some time to heal. And
Yeah.
kudos to you
still
for
healing.
doing that.
Still
Oh, yeah.
healing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never
Right.
stop healing.
No, you never
actually.
stop, but
Yeah.
you have to pick yourself up at some point or not and
well,
move on.
I say, I'm going to say it. You could be chicken shit or chicken salad, right?
Okay,
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Choose your chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, choose your chicken. Interesting.
I might take
I
that.
should patent that.
You should, because I might steal it before
Add
you
it to
do
the
that.
list.
So chicken shit is just
Is giving up and
giving up,
going
staying-
down the rabbit hole of bad things in life, right?
grieving, woe is
Letting
me,
it consume you.
letting it consume you.
Correct.
Whatever that ends up
Right.
looking like.
Right.
Yeah,
To each
could
his
be
own, right.
could be
But chicken
Or
salad.
chicken salad, yum yum.
chicken salad.
with red onion and cranberries
Oh, yeah.
and celery.
It's a
and-
good
I mean, they have a business out of chicken salad. Chicken salad
that's
chick.
why I say, that's why I say Pretty Packers saved my life. So when I moved down here, I decided I worked for a moving company, and I was their sales manager, but then COVID hit, and I wanted to work from home, and he did not want me to work from home. He also wanted me to run his moving company. And I was like, I paid my dues already. I just want to be the sales manager, right? Unless you want to pay me 200 grand a year,
Okay.
I'll run your moving company. And he did not. So I went back into title insurance down here, which is completely different than New York. You know, I learned that the hard way. And then I got fired like 3 times in 1 year. And I was like, is it me? Maybe it is. So I was in a Ronin sushi restaurant in Daytona with my girlfriends. And I was like, oh, I smell it like the morning dew. I'm getting fired again. Right?
Oh, wow.
You know, when you're just not being included in things.
The ooey vibes
they're not saying good morning to you. I was like, people, I'm from New York. Do you really think this bothers me? Right. So I said, all I know is how to sell eyeglasses, title, and moving. And I don't want to do any of it.
Yeah.
I go, oh, but I can pack. I could be a moving manager because there is a certification through NASM, which I'm certified.
This leap from being the sales rep for a moving company and I can be a packer, how much time had elapsed with that? And what do you go through in your mind to get to that point?
Okay, so I guess after the 3rd time I got fired, I was like, well, I kind of have to get my shit together in life because my dad was coming down. My biological dad, he lives in Naples with my stepmom.
Okay.
And he was like, Renee, I'm getting a little worried about you. You're almost 50 now and you know,
grow up.
You got to get it together, right? So that's when I came up with the ideas of Pretty Packers. And then when I finally got fired again, I went camping for the weekend, came home and said, now it's time to get it together. So I went on Sunbiz to see if the name was even taken. Thank God it wasn't. Opened up the LLC all by myself.
Bag that name.
Woo!
Bag it.
Took it.
Good name.
Claimed it. Thank you. Started the social media page within 24 hours. And 3 years later, I could barely walk today from this week, but 3 years later, here I am.
You know, it's impressive because you think the timeline of all of this and then moving to Florida. And of course, during COVID was one of the biggest moving times of the world, right?
I did well.
Basically, yeah.
I did
clearly.
Well. I'll never forget the first day at that moving company. I fired every single one of his guys. I'm like, they're done. And I brought in new guys. My first day.
Did you purchase a company?
No, I just became the sales manager. I said, but I'm not going to have them represent me the way they are. Because if I'm giving out white glove sales service, they're going to move white glove
employees.
Correct.
They have to buy into the mission.
Yeah.
So the early days of Pretty Packers, what did that look like?
It was just me.
Just you. One
just
pretty packer.
Me, one pretty packer. And I would pack up 5 bedroom homes. It might take me 6 days, but, you know, I would pack them up by myself. And then I started getting one team member at a time. And now I have 10 team members.
Amazing.
There are, you know, it's not a full-time or part-time position. It's when I book jobs, and it depends on the size of on who I need and who's available. But I've got everybody trained mostly up to par.
I need to rewind.
Yeah.
To the Pretty Packer part.
So I don't even know where I came up
That's
with
what I
name.
need to know because
I was
so
drinking
intrigued.
sake.
Oh,
I love alliterations for names.
Yes.
Because they're sticky. They stick in your head.
Yeah.
So
what was going through your mind? Like, where did this even
packing
solidify?
Packing is like the worst part of moving. It's the most intricate, hardest, and the most complicated, and the most important. Actually.
Well, navigation.
That's where
too,
all
right?
the damages occur. You know, in boxes from not being packed correctly. So when I came up with the name, like Pretty, like not because of we're all pretty, it really had nothing to do with that. But I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Claim it.
Run with that
Absolutely.
So, but it was more or less like just packing the box pretty.
Oh, so the
tidy.
box looked pretty.
Oh,
packed.
my boxes look great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All labeled and beautiful. Like
you open that box and it's so neatly packed.
Yes.
All right.
When
you guys are geeking out now.
We are geeking out. I know.
On the box. Let's move past the box.
We're box creeping.
Well,
peeking.
Organization geeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not an organizer. No.
It's so satisfying. It's very satisfying.
It is. It's satisfying to do what I do as well. I love when I'm even on an estimate or an in-home consult and my clients are so nervous and stressed out. And by the time I'm leaving, they're giving me a big hug and like, oh, we feel the stress just removed.
Yeah, so it's never about what's going in the box. It's about how you make your clients feel, the experience that they're getting.
I'm trying to change the moving industry.
Right.
I'm trying to change.
One box at a time.
That's it. You know, like my moving partners are all family owned. They're all fully licensed and insured. I don't partner with the big chains. I don't, because they don't care about quantity. They only care about quality. Plus they hire people off the side of the road, just looking for laborers, right? So I really like the whole family of packing and movers that I have. Hence my slogan is have our family move your family. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I do. It's hard work, believe me. My body, it hurts. My body hurts,
get it.
but I love it. It's rewarding.
Yes.
I feel like I have a purpose.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm protecting our community from getting scammed by bad movers.
So take us through a day when you get there.
Okay.
On packing day.
Packing day.
What does that look like?
All
How
right,
do you
so
attack the stuff?
Good question. So just like the day before, my first day at their winter garden, right? I drove out to Winter Garden. So all the boxes were delivered. My client was on a cruise, so we love that.
Oh,
the
yeah, that's the
client's
best.
not there. Oh, right?
Heaven.
Oh, it's wonderful. So I had my music playing. I opened up all the boxes, put them around the whole house. I labeled who's doing what room because it was myself, my team member Sheila, my team member Diana. So the first day I set up all the materials. I even packed all the artwork throughout the house. And then I made a packing master. And then I left notes around the whole house, like for the movers. You have to cardboard. So like all glass tables, I want cardboard, blanket, and shrink wrapped, right? So I did all that. And then I got a hotel so I didn't have to drive all the way home from Winter Garden. And then the next day I came back and the girls met me there and we packed up a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 2 living room, 2-story house.
That's a big house.
Yeah, we did it in
And how long?
2 days.
2 days.
So my first day I was there for only 5 hours. The second day was 7. We did that nonstop and then drove home. Oh,
Because that's what I'm saying. People call you and they are like, I need to get packed and move within a week.
sometimes I get that probably 30% of the time. I think people are a little more
Organized.
Yeah, when like they already know you. First of all, you're not going to get the deal of a century if you're calling.
Right.
Right. That's just the way
Definitely.
it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And they shouldn't.
No, they
For
shouldn't.
planning.
Especially during this time of the year because it's moving season.
Yeah.
Have you
So,
gotten clients that are preparing to move within a year?
Yes.
And you kind of just start a process for them so they
Yes.
don't feel overwhelmed? Because I remember I moved my father from Staten Island to Jersey, and we did it in a 2-stage process. We moved all the stuff that he first was not using at all, and even all the furniture in one move. And
Yeah.
then 6 months later, it even took that long to actually make that final move. But
Yeah.
it was a lot less on them.
We love those.
Yeah. I mean,
My
thank God he was
favorite-
financially
Yes,
able to,
yeah.
you know,
I mean,
have
it's not
that.
it's not cheap.
No.
You know, people want to pay sometimes they want to pay $25 an hour for someone to pack their house, and that's just not gonna
So
you
something-
definitely have to have a separate insurance policy.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't for packing, which is under the organization,
Yes.
as you know,
Mhm.
because, and I asked my insurance guy, boy, this is like, maybe the insurance industry should kind of wake up to this.
And they did.
So, but it's only under organizing.
Yes.
So whatever you put in a box, if you claim, you can only file a claim if you have a supplemental organizing
Mhm.
insurance policy, which I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm covered up to $2 million.
So like all of these cleaning companies that say they pack,
Mhm.
they're not insured for
or
that.
organize.
So if grandpa's heirloom gets damaged in
what?
the move, guess what? You're not covered.
It depends. If the boxes are crushed because they were not placed properly, or loading on the truck is really important.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know,
It's a big deal.
correct.
Weight, distributing the weight is
It's like playing the
important.
game of Tetris.
Exactly.
You got to
yeah.
pack it tight and right. That's how we
Tight
say
and
it.
right.
Tight and-
Look at her and all her rhyming. I'm like the chicken salad, and I love it.
So we're not responsible for that. But if something inside the box breaks because it wasn't wrapped correctly, and if it's shaking and jiggling, right, then yes, we are responsible for that.
And the heavy stuff.
Like what?
Pianos, safes.
Well, that's the movers.
That's the mover. So
Right.
you're, okay, the distinction,
Just packing.
the line is drawn.
Whatever goes in a box, we
Pack.
handle.
In the box, you handle. Outside of the box, like
The movers handle.
dining room furniture,
Right.
pianos, china cabinets, things like
Correct.
that is the mover's responsibility.
But you will wrap artwork, you said.
I love wrapping artwork.
Oh,
I love it. I was always punished as a kid, so I could wrap a mean Christmas present.
Okay.
Right? My parents made me wrap all the presents because they didn't have to do it. What a great way to punish your kids, right? Except for my presents.
I mean, I
wasn't allowed.
love wrapping.
Right. I love it too. So I use the 3-ply paper and acid-free bubble wrap to protect the glass, or even on top of acrylic or oil-based paint, because the acid-free won't deteriorate.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then, so I put that on top, and then I wrap it like a Christmas present. It's wonderful. I did a house in Holly Hill. It was 2 stories. She must have had 800 framed art all over her house.
Wow.
Oh, it took me 4 days. I loved it.
Just to wrap the artwork.
Yeah, I had like a 5 girls on that job.
Wow.
So how do you price the house that you're
That's a great question. too.
gonna pack?
So most of the time I do an in-home consultation or a virtual, and I have to walk room by room. I open up all the cabinets and I go, this is a dish barrel box. This is a small box. And I keep a tally, which therefore gives me a grand total of my material cost, which if it's 250 boxes, I'm going to say 2 days, 4 girls a day, just to be safe. Because I also don't want my girls all stressed out
No.
having to, because we've had a couple jobs like that.
Because, well, injuries go up too then when you're stressed out.
And you want your team members to be positive. You don't want to rug into the ground.
them ragged,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I meant to say. You know what I mean? You always want a positive experience, an easy flow. So I do that. A lot of times I'll do a day that I go by myself just to get all the materials ready. And then I make a packing manifest and I assign the rooms. And then I'll have the 2 days of us packing.
Mhm.
So yeah.
What words of wisdom or hints can you give a family who's thinking of moving before they hire you? What would you tell them?
Well, obviously, I want them to have their origin,
Right.
where they're moving to.
Right.
And let me just walk the house with them and create a wonderful plan.
Is there a prep work that they need to do before they get to you?
They probably should go through what they do and do not want. Ooh, did you hear that? Ooh. So,
We have a thunderstorm going
Yeah.
on right on top of us.
So, if they need to downsize, I would definitely give them to somebody like Shara, because that's just not something that I
Right.
specialize in. I will be getting into estate sales eventually. And then I just want to be able to create a beautiful experience. I want to turn what everyone's preconceived notion about moving, it's so stressful, where I think it's the easiest thing in life to do. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, usually there's such an emotional attachment because they're moving for a reason.
Right.
And that, I think, is what kind of controls the whole situation.
I think
just
it's the change and having to move is what people get stressed out about.
and not knowing where to start, because that's where
Right.
you or I would come in as a navigator.
Right.
You know, they start in one room and then, oh God, something happens, you're distracted. Now you're in another room and then
Right.
you have a mess.
Right.
So where do you even go back and start and
Right.
finish? And that's, I
Yeah.
think, one of the
I
biggest
think
challenges.
One of the key things that Pretty Packers and Sift and Sort can bring to the table is a non-emotional response
Yes.
to the situation.
Yes.
And we're almost out of time, if you can believe that.
That
non-emotional attachment is a big deal,
It is.
because if it were like our family moved from Georgia to here, we were emotionally attached to a lot of the things, and I had a pet die, and the girls were not happy with us. It was just a big root ball of emotions. And then we had to deal with the stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So all of the stuff was, just a side note for everything.
It is a navigation,
It
really,
is.
basically, of having someone, a professional that you could trust
Yeah.
and you could vibe with.
I was just tired of hearing how people, especially our senior community, how they're scammed and taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So I became a certified senior move manager, and I match them up with whichever mover partner I have who I think would be the best for them.
That's good
And
to know.
so my purpose was, I'm hoping my mom and my stepfather are really proud of me watching down.
Sure,
sure
they
they are.
absolutely.
And it was really an ode to them, to.
Well, they confirmed your, intuition of what you were supposed
Yeah.
to be doing.
And I just want to protect people now, and especially our senior community. I think it's terrible how people take advantage.
Well, because
of
you
them.
think you're old and you don't know how to function anymore.
No, we don't do that now.
Yeah.
Especially the seniors now. They still know technology.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True. Yes.
People are in for a rude awakening.
But unfortunately, they do get taken advantage of
Yeah,
easily
yeah.
because they're
So,
nervous.
I do love what I do. I definitely do.
So if someone is facing a situation where they're gonna move, coming into or out of Florida, how can they reach you?
They could reach me. They can call me or text me, or 386-427-2822. They could visit our website at prettypackersllc.com. They could visit our socials, Pretty Packers LLC, on Facebook and Instagram. And they'll only speak to me, and they'll speak to a human being. I will never have AI answer my calls.
Yeah.
It'll always be me, especially when you're dealing with someone's lifelong treasures.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I love that.
yes.
Well,
Wow.
here we are again, out of time.
That
Too
was a
quick.
half hour. Wow.
26, 7-ish at the moment.
Right.
That's great.
Yeah, it was.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This is wonderful.
great.
We'll share this all over social media. And is that a wrap?
It's a wrap.
All right. Well, join us
Yes.
next time.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Make sure you like and subscribe to this
And share.
3 and share it.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Things are truly better with us.